We want to go back out to Kim Kalunian, who's been live at the scene of the shooting, speaking with people who were inside when it happened. Kim, what are you learning at this hour?
Yeah, Shannon and Tim, just to recap everything we know right now, this shooting happened here inside of the Lynch Arena in Pawtucket. We're at the corner of Broad and Berland Street. We're at the backside of the arena, and we know that there was a high school boys hockey game happening inside that arena at the time these shots rang out. What we've been able to confirm is that the suspect is dead. One other person is dead. 4 other people were injured. We're waiting an official press briefing from investigators and city leadership, but we have been talking to people here on scene, including a young man who was on the ice playing in that game when those shots rang out. He said he heard multiple bangs. He clapped his hands as he described the sound that he heard. He believes he heard 7 of them. And then as people registered what those bangs were, they began to run towards the exits. What we've seen since we got here on the scene about maybe an hour ago, or less at this point, there was a large group of people, including those hockey players who were standing here outside of the arena, being reunited with their family. Many of those hockey players standing outside in their socks because they had to abandon their skates. We heard from people that they wanted to go back inside and get their bags. Obviously a mad dash to the doors and the exits as they heard that gunfire. I asked that young man if the shooter was shooting towards the ice, and he said it appeared from what he could tell that that shooting was contained to somewhere in the stands. As we've been talking about, this is school vacation week. Today is a holiday. This was a senior night hockey game. It was a packed arena, lots of families, lots of young folks here hoping to cheer on these young men on the ice and have a great time. Instead, this afternoon turned into tragedy. There is a massive police presence here, not just Pawtucket, but many surrounding cities. As Sheena mentioned earlier, we saw the same thing as we were heading here on the highway. Ambulances with police escorts racing to the hospital to presumably get the wounded here some much needed medical attention. We're still working to learn more about what exactly unfolded, but Tim has mentioned that there was video of the game being live streamed at the time that the shooting occurred. So in addition to the people who were inside the arena watching, likely many others at home watching the game as well. We mentioned that this crowd here behind the arena has dispersed now. Lots of those players and their families were put onto RIPTA buses, much like what we saw after the Brown University shooting, those city buses being taken out of service and being used as a special escort for the folks to get them away from this crime scene. So we've seen a couple of those RIPTA buses be filled up with folks and taken elsewhere. And they just put some more crime scene tape up as well. As you can see, these nearby businesses, Walgreens and Wendy's. There's some new crime scene tape up as police continue to investigate. And still a couple of dozen folks, several dozen folks here outside of the arena, potentially waiting to either be taken somewhere else or maybe to be picked up by family. Again, we are awaiting that press briefing that we're hearing might happen sometime soon with more official information on what exactly unfolded here inside of Lynch Arena here in Pawtucket. But that is the very latest here, live on the scene. So we'll send it back to you in studio.